Welcome to
That's a rep.
I'm Phil,
Jeff.
and today we are going to talk about Werewolf at Night. But before we go any further, we're just going to let you know that there will be spoilers if you haven't watched it already. So go watch it and come watch our video. Also, we want to let you know that the characters that we're going to mention today are fictitious characters, not real.
Made up entertainment value, and sometimes they cross the line of being more or less something that's going on in reality, but this is all made up. This is all entertainment value, and we should all treat it as such.
Exactly. Because we all know that I don't think there's werewolves out there.
No, I don't think there's werewolves.
No.
Or man things.
Yeah, or man things. Yeah. Or crazy people walking around with war paint on, hunting monsters. So we're just gonna let you know that before we go any further, these are fictitious characters. It's not real. It's just a form of entertainment to enjoy and discuss with other people. Should I watch it or should I not? Well, you should watch it because this was a good film. This is a good short. I'll call it a short. I mean, It's only like 50 minutes plus.
55 minutes, somewhere in there.
Yeah, but it was good. And it also opens doors on other movies that MCU want to get involved with, and we'll definitely see if that will happen. But I can see it happening just because of what went on in this particular show, Werewolf by Night. So pretty much, this is about Ulysses Bloodstone. Okay, now this particular stone has the ability to pretty much find the ghouls and the goblins, the monsters that hide within the human realm or world or hide in amongst us. Like no monster can touch it. Only humans can.
It weakens and enrages monsters.
If it's connected to them. If it's on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they can't touch it. Because then they'll reveal that they are a monster and then they'll, reel back in pain. They say this particular stone. We just give you a little history of the Bloodstone. It's been with Ulysses Bloodstone for who knows how long. A lot of
1,000 years, something like that.
Don't know how long, but he's been around for a while because it's supposed to give you longer life, speed, regenerative abilities, and the ability to hunt monsters.
Reveal monsters.
Right.
Vampires, werewolves.
Yeah, all
anything hiding as a human.
Right. If for instance, a werewolf, particularly in this particular show, a werewolf who changes every full moon.
Yep.
So in this particular case, he's in human form. If he touches the stone, boom, he's gonna be revealed that he's a monster. Okay. They don't know. They're not gonna know what kind of monster it is until they actually use the stone on him and change and transform him.
Yeah, they have to do some kind of spell and transform him to a werewolf.
Yeah, so it's more like a monster detector in a way, right?
Yeah,
you would call it, right? So if I'm wearing it and he was sitting next to me, technically I wouldn't know he's a monster unless he touched it, which is kind of like, I don't know. It's kind of,
I could vamp out.
Yeah, don't want to make it too OP, right? Type thing. But pretty much it's supposed to be on par, not on par, but have the close of powers of a Infinity Stone.
Yeah, like more comparable to the Reality Stone, I guess, because it has qualities of it.
Yeah, and supposedly this stone was sent to Earth by some aliens. I'm gonna call them aliens. They call them like godlike creatures. I'm just calling them aliens. It was sent predating, I guess, our existence as humans to Earth. Once again, we all know that this is fictitious, because they wanted to conquer other Marvel universes.
Yeah,
that's the reason.
Other dimensions, stuff like that.
And that's the reason why that the Bloodstone is here. So anyway. Werewolf at Night pretty much is about a group of monster hunters. I mean, you know what? I'm gonna be straight up. Like Blade, he's a vampire hunter. These are monster hunters.
Yeah, and it gave it kind of old school monster film feel to it.
Now in this one, a lot of people are like, well, there's the Bloodstone that made it all black and white. Um, okay, I mean, I'll go with that, but I kind of felt they wanted to give us that 1930s,
Yeah,
that
that's what I
1920,
felt
yeah,
too. It was like
feel.
a 30s to 50s monster film, like
Yeah,
the old Mummy or the old werewolf movies or Frankenstein.
yeah,
You
just
know,
yeah, just how they started it.
yeah, it
With
just felt like an older monster film to me, which I thought was pretty cool.
yeah, that's what got me hooked on that too. I was like, oh, this is pretty awesome. I'm gonna go up. I feel like I'm going back in time,
Yeah.
and I'm in the future. You know what I'm saying? But it was good. It was a good show.
And also, just pointing out, Moon Knight's first appearance in comics was in Werewolf by Night.
Yep. And if you haven't watched Moon Knight, you should watch. That's a really good series. We haven't made a video on that yet, but we will.
I just like that he was in that.
Yeah, and you know what? That opens up doors for this too, because if they
Yeah.
continue with it, Moon Knight, I'm not gonna say half the show, but they might have a cameo.
Moon Knight's supernatural in the comics per se.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yep. And then again, you watch the show, they have a trophy room. Right? They have a trophy room of all the different monsters that were murdered.
Decapitated.
Yeah, because you would definitely know that when you watch this, they were murdered.
It was like trophies on big game walls.
Yeah.
It was, yeah.
So because they go out and hunt. I mean, it's not like they're going, oh, they're causing a disturbance and we gotta go. No, these are hunters. They go and look for them, find them, and kill them. So yeah, these particular monsters were murdered at the end of the day when you look at it. So the whole premise of this show is pretty much the werewolf played by Jack, that's the character's name.
Yeah.
In this show,
I'm not sure the actor's name.
Yeah, I forgot. So sorry about that. But he's here to save his friend. All right, but you don't know that till you watch the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're not gonna give away too much.
His friend's awesome.
Yeah, his friend is pretty. It's pretty awesome. This is one monster. I don't want him touching me. That's for sure. Don't want him hugging me. Don't want him touching me. But if you don't know this monster, which you will, it's Man Thing. All right. He's actually a guardian of a portal. Was a realm type?
A mystical realm portal in a swamp
in the Everglades of Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're ever there, you
pretty
should.
Awesome.
Yeah. Check it out. Do you think they'll think it's real?
Maybe.
Yeah. So
maybe you're dropping a portal.
Yeah. So if you don't find it, just watch the show. Okay. Just watch the show. You'll find all the portals you're looking for. But it definitely opens up my eyes because I was always wondering. I was like, well, how are they gonna do Blade? How are they gonna do that?
I think they're doing
and keep it PG-13
crumbs here for all these supernatural things that are coming up.
So I tell you right now, in Werewolf by Night, they introduce to you how they still gonna keep Blade PG-13 and still have the action that you're looking for.
Yeah.
In Blade, when that comes out, if it comes out, because I heard. There's a lot
I hope
of
it's
rumors.
R-rated personally, but hey.
I mean, if it's not, you can.
If it's not, it'll be cool.
Yeah, it'll still be good. I can guarantee
Werewolf
that.
by Night was good, and it was.
Yep.
It had gory parts.
Yes, surprisingly for a Disney show, that was pretty surprising. But the fight scenes in there is good. The characters that were in there were good. They played their role very well.
Elsa Bloodstone was awesome.
Yeah, and that opens up some more doors for her because the way it ends, it definitely shows that it's the end of the hunters and it's the new age of a new kind of hunters. I'm not gonna call them hunters.
Yeah, she won't be a hunter like her dad, but she's.
Which
I
opens
like
up
her a lot. She's cool.
And that definitely opens up the door for Blade. I mean, cause and it opens up for the I'm gonna call it the underground of MCU. The underground, because these monsters are pretty much the ones that live in the shadows.
Yeah.
So they are not really spoken about, introduced in the MCU till now. And when Blade comes out, it's just gonna even introduce them even more. Because the Man Thing, he's gonna have to be explained.
Vampires, all that, everything is coming into light now.
Yeah, and Elsa Blood, yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So
It's gonna be cool.
we're gonna have to see how that works out because she does join. No, I'm saying I'm not gonna join, but I think she like somehow participates in a few things with Blade.
Yeah, she'll be able to help Blade out definitely with
Yeah.
the Bloodstone.
Yep, with the blood. Yep, definitely. So, but
That might
that's
repel him also
yeah,
because
that's
he's part
yeah,
vampire.
that's right. So I don't know how they're gonna cross paths, but I do know that her and the werewolf, they're definitely bonded in
Yeah,
some
they're
kind of way.
linked now.
Yeah, they're definitely, and there's other Easter eggs in that as well. But I mean, we don't want to spoil too much because it's really that I don't think they're gonna come out with another episode. So I think this was just the one little
I think
holiday,
this was kind of a feeler maybe to see how it would do.
and it did good. It did really good.
I think they did really good with it.
Because I've watched it more than once. You know, just for the fact it was that good, and another reason why I believe that the whole black and white that they put it in is not because of the Bloodstone. It's just because at the end, at the end they give it its color back. So I just felt they did it
I just
nostalgic.
think it was a nostalgia thing, just to make it feel like an older monster movie.
Yeah, which I thought was awesome.
Yeah,
even the transformation,
Yeah.
and they did how they did it, like, because that's what keeps you suspenseful. It's like you see it, but you don't see it. You
kind
know,
of see the shadow of it
Yeah.
happening.
yeah. But I mean, you do see parts of him transforming, but then like in the 1930s and 50s and stuff, when they see the shadows on the wall, and then he's changing that way. That was really good. That was really good.
Back in the old days, that was a little too much to show on screen, so they pretty much did it just like that.
Yeah.
And I thought it was cool. I mean, the nostalgia thing was pretty cool to me.
So unfortunately, young bucks out there who haven't got the opportunity to experience that kind of horror, we probably won't find it. I don't know what good. You might this is corny.
I mean, going back and watching things like that now is a little rough. But
yeah. I tried to go back and watch old Tremors, the first Tremors. It's
or
still
old
good.
Godzilla movies.
Oh gosh, yeah. That was bad.
See Godzilla jumping up and down, clapping.
Yeah, I remember those days. I was like, okay, okay. But all in all, it was really good.
Yeah,
it was really good.
It was definitely entertaining.
Yeah, I mean, it shows how pretty much Elsa she was to inherit the Bloodstone, but for her absence and her not accepting, I guess, the role of being a hunter, and you just showing up.
The role of being a murderer.
Yeah, pretty much a murderer. Yeah, you're right.
Just killing monsters because they're monsters.
Yeah, and that's what the whole group was. And then her showing up saying, okay, I get the Bloodstone, and other people like, you haven't done anything. What have you done pretty much to deserve this Bloodstone? Yeah. So she ended up being fair game, because of her stepmother, who she was
Psycho.
ratchet anyway. Yeah, she was crazy. Stepmother was bananas.
Psychotic.
But yeah. To me, to be honest, out of the whole thing that I found kind of cringe was the whole like Ulysses Bloodstone in the casket type robotic or
waving and his mouth moving. Yeah, that was a little
cringe,
a little over the top there.
But I mean, that kind of they kind of showed how crazy the stepmother is, pretty much.
Yeah, the stepmother she was off her rocker.
Yeah. I was just shocked she didn't get her arm ripped off, while she was getting yanked into the cage. I was like, ooh, her arm's about to be gone. I don't see Disney pull this one off, and it's not gonna happen.
Yeah, she deserved a more gruesome death.
Yeah, she did. She was a real blah blah blah. We're gonna put that out there. But it was funny though. There's a funny part in there where he's trying to throw that little bomb in the crack of the wall, and the crack is about this big.
It's just bouncing off.
He's just throwing it, and it's just bouncing. He's like, oh, yeah. I thought that was hilarious. Like, this guy, But then you realize, his two personalities.
What was the man thing's name?
Ted.
Ted.
Yeah, big old swamp monster named Ted. Yeah,
He told Elsa to call Man Thing by his real name, and he liked that.
yeah,
So she called him Ted.
yeah. And that he was like, "What?
Now,
You didn't know my
now
name?"
she's connected to Ted and
And the
Werewolf.
werewolf. Yeah. So I mean, like I said, if y'all like the show or like what we're saying, well, if you have watched it, leave your comments. Leave your comments down. Tell us what what part you like the most, or how do you feel this is gonna impact the Blade series or movie, whatever, however they pull it out.
Or anything else in the MCU.
Yeah, anything else in the MCU, as my man said. So look, leave a comment, hit that like button, subscribe, because we got more coming. Give us a thumbs up, please. We're looking forward to it. We appreciate you and your comments. So with that, that's a wrap.